we're here with By the Cover. Today we're going to be reviewing The Bone Ship's Wake by R.J. Barker. This book was 550 pages and took me 2 days to read. I would rate this a 9.8 out of 10. This review is going to contain some spoilers, so if you do not want to hear those, go ahead and click off now. The Bone Ship's Wake is the conclusion of the Tide Child trilogy, in which the ruthless black pirate Joran Twiner commands a shrinking fleet after the capture of his shipwife Maze. As he wages war against the 100 Isles, Joran battles the debilitating Kishan's rot and the looming prophecy that claims he will bring about the world's end, all while the sea dragons return. So, this being the conclusion of the series, I am absolutely 100% satisfied with both the entire journey of this series and the ending of this book. I thought the ending was fantastic. I love the opening of this book. It opens in chapter 1 with May's point of view as she's been captured. And then I love the continuation into chapter 2, which has the enemy's point of view as they are being attacked by the Tide Child. And it was truly terrifying. And I thought it served very well to show what Joran has become. I thought all of the deaths of the characters that took place in this book were very impactful. A lot of them were very sad as well because they're like family at this point. The author just does an absolutely killer, excellent job creating the atmosphere and this world. As I've mentioned before, in the first book, I was pretty against the made-up language of this world, but the further along I got in the series, I'm actually very for that, even though it was a pain in the butt to get through learning it in the first book, because after you've learned it, after you've spent just a little time with it, it totally immerses you in this world. And that is how I felt throughout this entire series. I felt immersed in this world. It was a very escapist action for me to read these books. I was able to separate myself from reality and just be in this world. It felt like you were on the ship with these people and going through the same things that they were. I love that every character faced actual challenges and that nothing came without a price. You really felt the weight of war. I liked how it explored being remorseful for your actions during times of war, especially when things you do have unintended consequences. Respecting your enemy. And this book also had a very high emotional impact because I really cared about the characters. I really thought the Tooth Breach was an excellent creature. Every scene with that in it was absolutely awesome. The Kishans as well. A very imaginative take on dragons. My only real dislike of this book was there felt like certain portions of it that kind of dragged on, usually when they were in the open seas and running from somebody. I didn't feel like the pacing of this one was quite as good as the second book, but I absolutely just loved everything else about this book. The plot, the characters, the ending, the entire journey. It was really well done. So, reasons that I loved this series: I thought it had a very unique world. The atmosphere and the world, the environment, just placing you in this world was all very well done. It had absolutely killer characters. I will always remember Joran Twiner and Maze Gibberin, and all the other various deck children like mavens, fairies, etc. Like I said, I did end up loving the language that you had to learn, and it added to the immersion. I thought the author did a great job writing about being on the sea, just being on a ship in general, and the entire kind of vibe and feeling and excitement that goes with all of that, plus adding war in there. All very well done. And I thought these books also had killer banter and dialogue between the characters all the way through it. I highly recommend the series if you want to get into it. This is my first kind of fantasy series that I've read after The Dark Tower, so I am still new to this genre. I will be continuing reading some more excellent series in the future. I chose this one as one of my starting ones because it was only 3 books long. So that's about it. We'll catch you guys later.